So recently I released a video about real macro strategies and that video blew up. So today I have another video about macro strategies and these ones are really crazy. So imagine you're in this situation. You're second place and first place is winning by a lot and there's 54 seconds on the clock. Vault 6 is not open. Vault 5 is being held by the first place team. If another cash out starts, you will lose. So what do you do in this situation? Here's what I did. I mean, theoretically, 5 doesn't want to turn this in, but they don't care really.
Rocket delivery. Raising a shield.
The retros would like to throw back to a time when they had more presence.
Behind.
Only one contestant left. Who wants it more? Our contestants have 30 seconds to show the world.
If you guessed to stay at Vault 6, you are wrong. So here's my thought process. If I was first place right here and I have this much of a lead, it doesn't matter what I do because I will qualify no matter what. If I get team wiped, I still have a ton of money to qualify. If I turn in the cash out, it doesn't matter because no one is even close to overtaking our position. So anything I do as first place doesn't matter. But what you can do in this situation as first place is make sure a certain team doesn't make it through. The way you can do this is by turning in the vault into a cash out and making sure a specific team doesn't make it through, probably the one in second place, which is the situation I am in. Knowing this, I knew that we kind of had to push the first place team's vault, so I make that decision to do that. If I hadn't done this, they would have put the vault into the cash out and third and fourth place team or might have won the cash out and knock us out of the tournament. And keep in mind, I'm playing against players that are literally 4th place, 11th place, 13th place on the leaderboard. This type of thinking always works, and as long as you're thinking, you can definitely increase your chances of winning rounds. Here's the perspective of the first place team.
Alright.
Our contestants need to hurry up.
Actually, I'm playing time. What am I doing?
This guy really is trying to run from.
Do you want? If we can do this, if we want to knock out Pink.
Still active.
Yo, just
Do you
grief
wanna
this
knock
shit.
out
Grief
Pink?
the money. Yeah, grief the money. Grief the money.
I got a pink
Nah,
heavy
fuck
on me.
I think we should be fine. These
Need
kids are
there,
using
all
the
three
Lewis
there, all
gun.
three there, Rex. Let's careful.
I'm on their team. I'm on their team. Get ready, Rex. You're gonna fight a lot of players in a minute.
We still have 30 seconds remaining.
How is he alive?
Before they can even make a decision, I made the decision for them. I made sure that we guarantee our spot in second place. Before you guys type in the comments, Ikazo said I did this. Is this a micro strategy guide? Oh my god. Shut up, bro. I'm using I interchangeably with team. So like I'm referring to I as in like our team. Before you're like, oh, but you said in that video they said yourself or whatever. Yeah. Well, when they said they literally said make yourself adaptable, bro. Is this a fortune cookie? Am I making a proverb? Like, is that even a macro strategy? I'm telling you specific things. I'm giving you reasoning. I'm giving you the data, the videos, the actual macro strategies. But anyways, let's keep going. In my previous video, I went over the best start to a game, and I messed up. All right. I said the max start was 12,000. That's assuming if you tap both vaults at the beginning and you win the cash out. In addition to getting 1k per vault touch, you also get 2,000 for putting the vault inside a cash out. At that time, I didn't really know that. And I have a clip where I'm trying to big brain. There are situations where doing this or knowing this information will help you. In this situation, I did the math wrong, but I was thinking about bringing the last vault into the cash out to get that extra 2,000 to avoid being knocked out. But I forgot to account for that the enemy team already has some money. So even if we turned in the vault and get that extra 2,000, we still wouldn't prevent third and fourth place from getting second place. Because of course, I can do math, guys. Yeah, I'm a very good math person. But there are times 2,000 could save you. Another thing from my last video that someone came to talk to me about was the idea of defending cash out A at the beginning of the round instead of taking the fight at the vault and then bringing it back yourself. So the idea right here is like you defend A because you assume that defending is easier than attacking, right? So someone brought up that the person carrying vault 1 would know if cash out A is being defended, so they would just go to cash out B and double up. And they were trying to say that it's better for your team to attack at the vault to prevent this from happening. And I'm going to say, like, that is not true. If you're defending A and you see Vault 1 is going to B and is going to be a double up, that is fine. 100% fine. That might even be good, actually. Basically, if that happens, what you're going to do is you're obviously going to go to B because that's the only cash out in play. Probably the smart thing to do would be try to third party everyone there. So like waiting till the last minute or waiting for a team to get wiped and then entering and try to take on those fights. That's the best case scenario. Even if you don't get cash out B, some other team is going to have 20,000, right? And that is fine. That's one team having a lot of money and everyone else is basically on the same foot. And not only that, we know from my last video, if you have more money, you have to take less risks. If there's a team of 20,000 and they get wiped, they're already going to go down so much money. The next cash outs are 15K. If they get wiped, they are below 15K, at least if my math is correct. The early game in tournament mode is so not very important. It is important in the way that if you can get a head start in first or second place, you can make the end game so much easier for yourself. But the money is so insignificant that literally any play in the mid game or end game will win you the game. So this brings me to my next topic about mid game strategies. So after like this, let's say the cash out B is finished and the new cash out spawn and the new vault spawn. And there's a lot of things that could happen, but generally you'll see both vaults get into a cash out, and that's fine. But there are some inconsistencies, some anomalies, vaults being very staggered, and you don't want them to be staggered because you don't want to get multiple people attacking the cash out you're on, which lowers your chance of defending that cash out or attacking that cash out. Here's my general strategy for this. And basically is if you're trying to start a cash out and the other cash out's already halfway done, you might as well just go over to that cash out and double it up. And what this does is that it gives you a chance at stealing that cash out that's doubled, which can guarantee you that you'll qualify from the round if you get that doubled up cash out. But also it lets you speed up the cash out. So basically, if you double it up, that cash out doesn't have to wait 2 minutes to go. Basically, it would just be the same time as when the first cash out started, which is great. That gives you time to get to one of the two vaults that spawn and start the next cash out if you need to. And basically, that's the mid-game strategy that I'm going to add on to for my previous video, which is probably one of the better strategies, I feel like. And on to the next topic. If you did not know, it takes 2 minutes and 10 seconds for a cash out to fully go through. So once you put it in, you start counting down 2 minutes and 10 seconds. About 6 seconds to steal. Using this information, I want to talk about this new strategy that I'm going to call the EKOT. And basically the idea of this strategy, it's an endgame strategy that is super effective, I feel like. Basically what you do is if you're at the 2 minute or 1 minute 30 mark of the round and you are struggling to get out of second place or you're struggling to get out third or fourth, this strategy will help you so much. So basically what you do is you go for a vault and make sure it's one of the vaults that are not contested. And basically the idea is that most teams will, near the end of the game, most teams will just be fighting for one cash out because they realize they're low on time, they need to get money, so they're going to be attacking a cash out that's already started. And usually this is a 22k cash out, but there's always going to be another vault open, not really doing anything. And if that happens, you should grab that vault, and if you have time, make sure it gets to the other cash out before overtime hits. And basically the idea is that you're going to bring that vault to that cash out, but you're going to wait till the last second to put it in. And basically what this does is that it activates overtime if it's not already activated, but overtime can only go to the maximum 1 minute. So that means you're effectively cutting in half the amount of time you have to defend that cash out. And on top of that, if you're waiting to the last second to put that vault in, the other teams won't even know what you're doing till you put that in. If you put it in any earlier, there's a good chance that the other team will see that and try and attack your site instead of the other one. The strategy is so good. I was able to knock out some top 50 players with it as well because it's just so easy to defend 1 minute, especially when they take 6 seconds to defuse. You're really only defending 50 seconds. Not to mention, one of my teammates is bronze. He unlocked ranked 2 games ago. But there are some different caveats and some different variants of doing this strategy. Always try to set up yourself for this strategy. So this means around the 2 minute or 3 minute mark, you're not going to want to take risks. You don't want to get team wiped and not have time to do this strategy. So basically what you're going to want to do, if you're 3 minutes or 2 minutes, just go ahead, start setting up, make a conga line, make sure that vault is able to get to that cash out in time before overtime hits and stuff like that. You don't want to take a risk where you're getting team wiped and you have to wait 30 seconds and you only have 1 minute to open the vault and get it to the cash out. That's not good. There's also a different way to hold the vault. When you're But when you're waiting for the timer to go down, you're just holding the vault at the cash out, and you're not sure if you should be holding it or you should leave it on the ground. And basically, there's some pros and cons to this. And basically, if you're holding it, the vault disappears on the enemy screen for a little bit, but then it'll reappear and it'll tell them that which team is holding it. And that's a pretty bad con, is like the enemy knows where you are and they might even know what you're doing because you're just standing there next to the cash out not doing anything. So a good counter to that might be just like move away from the cash out a little bit just to make it seem like you're doing something else. I don't know. The other way is to just drop the cash out somewhere close but don't pick it up, so then enemies won't really know if you're on it or not, which is good. If someone comes to the location, they won't really know where you are. The downside of that is that the enemy will always see the vault. It won't ever disappear because no one is holding it, so it won't disappear for a second or something like that. And basically that could incentivize the enemy team, since the vault is so close to the cash out, maybe I should put the vault in and just do the EK strat myself and stuff like that. So, I mean, there's different pros and cons to it, so you should decide how you want to play that. I'm not sure myself which is the best, but I think holding it might be the best strategy. So, we're going to put it in last second. And now so we only have to defend this for... So, usually a cash out lasts for 2 minutes or in something. But we only have to defend 1 minute since it's overtime.
Damn, that was so good.
Also, this is probably common knowledge, but real quick, in the final round, one quick macro tip you can do is when you team wipe the enemy, you want to wait for them to spawn. And if you wait for them to spawn, they'll spawn the furthest spawn point away from you. But if you put the vault into the cash out before they spawn, they'll spawn to the closest spawn point near the cash out that you just put it into. So that concludes my video. Thanks for being patient with me. I've been kind of slacking on the editing department and on the leaderboards, but I'm trying my best, and I think this video was a very good video. So please let me know, comment, like, subscribe. I think it would be crazy if we can hit 2,000 subscribers. That would be absolutely crazy. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next video. Not sure what it's going to be. I don't even know if I can make another macro video. I feel like I'm just going to repeat myself a bunch of times, but we'll see. See ya.
The battle for the last cash out in this final round is about to begin.
Every practice, every strategy session, every pep talk.it all leads to this moment.
Oh, I killed him with a random ass toss.
Watch out for the 90.